Well, it's morning for me. I'm not sure what it is for you, but hello, welcome back to another video. This is gonna just be a vlog style update. I just kind of felt the urge to just tell you guys what's on my heart and kind of just update you about something that, I don't know if I'm like making this super like suspenseful. It's not that crazy, but just kind of update you guys on something that's been going on in our life, but at the same time God has been using it to bring so much beauty and glory to him. And just whenever we go through something in life, you know, I definitely believe and feel and know that God is, you know, teaching us something. No season is wasted. Nothing that we go through is wasted. So I know this moment might not seem like a big deal, but we haven't known if we were going to be moving or not yet, so we haven't gotten things ready for baby nursery things at all. And so we found out the timeline is probably going to be a few more months, so we're like, okay, we'll just get a room ready to be a nursery or just hold nursery things for the time being. And now it's just so special. I just spent the night, Manny helped me to cleaning out this room. Little things like this. Thank you, God. I am just sitting here super cozy on the couch right now, and I don't know if you guys have had these moments too, or if it's, I don't know if it's a pregnancy thing, second trimester. I'm 22 weeks today, but I literally woke up, had oatmeal, and then I was like, I saw some dust and I was like, I'm gonna clean. And so I vacuumed. Well, that kind of ties into what I wanted to talk about. So I just vacuumed, I dusted like down our whole little TV area there. It just collects dust over time. And what else did I do? Clean surfaces. And yeah, you know, you just feel super, I can't think of the word. You feel super accomplished after cleaning. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the word right now. But like I said, this is a very in the moment type of catch-up situation. But yeah, so I am 22 weeks and I'm just so thankful every single day to feel baby. We found out it's a girl a few weeks ago, so definitely tune into our gender reveal video and any other pregnancy videos that you're interested in. It's just been such a fun process, and I was telling Manny the other day, I'm like, dang babe, it's crazy. Like, we literally went 20 weeks, like, well, you find out when you're like 4 weeks, so you know, that amount of time without knowing who it was in there. And then now we get to spend the rest of the time like knowing it's our baby girl and just, you know, talking to her and all the things. It's been so special already, and I can definitely tell Manny just like he'll come home and he'll be like, did you like talk to her today? Like, he just wants to know everything. And I try to make a point of like telling him like, oh, she's moving right now, or like, we miss you, so that he really feels connected and like he's obviously a part of it too. So that's just been super fun. But at the end of the day, what I wanted to talk about was what kind of has been this season for us. So obviously we've been on a major high of a season with finding out I'm pregnant, we're having our first baby, and it's just been like, thank you God, right? Well, at that same time, and I'm definitely not gonna share like all the details, but I just wanna share with you guys so you can know, like, there's, you know, whenever you see someone's life, like, different people are always going through different things, and not to say it's always bad. Like, I feel like growth type of seasons are honestly good when you look back on them, because you can really see why you went through that, what it taught you, where it's led you, and really just forming you into your character and what God needs you to learn during that time. So I know I'm kind of rambling and going back and forth, but we've really had such a joyful high of a season. At the same time, we also haven't really known the timing of where we were going to be living, when we were going to be moving, kind of like a big long story. And so I don't want to sit here and dig into the whole story, but pretty much we thought we were gonna be moving like 2 months ago, and so we kind of like were living in boxes. Not those boxes, those are actually our Amazon FBA boxes, which I can talk more about also, but I don't want to go too far like off. But we seriously, you guys, I am so joyful this morning. I really feel like refreshed because this whole living room space and everything, we didn't have our plants, we didn't have anything in the right place because we thought we were moving. So we literally had boxes, and as you know, that can kind of just be like, okay, like we're sitting here, living here, and there's just boxes, and it's just not the funnest. I really feel like ever since I moved in here when we got married and like made it our own style, I really have like a fun boho. We love all of our plants, like that's just our style. We love, like I love, but Manny loves it too, all the rattan things and all of that. So I just feel super like motivated and super creative. There's a lot of natural light in this house, and so it's just my space where I truly feel like I feel joyful, and it's home for us, and it's been home for us for over a year now. And yeah, so as we were living in, we weren't living out of boxes because we still had most of our house intact. It was just different things like simple home decor, you know, that are quick and easy things to pack up were in boxes. And so it just felt very different than it had been. And it was just sort of, I mean, I don't want to sugarcoat it. It was really hard as far as the pregnancy goes, and just that on top of it, because every single day you're wondering, okay, when are we going to be moving? Is this going to happen yet? And so I want to like tell you guys that it was a really difficult season without telling you like the whole big story. So just know that it was like a good 2 to 3 months, and I don't take that lightly because I know how long 2 to 3 months can be of us thinking our move out time was a certain date. So now as you can see, I am in a totally different headspace because we know now that our move out time is going to probably be in another couple months. And so we're just thankful to have those answers now. And it just makes moving on in like the space that we're in a lot easier, because we're like, okay, I have peace because I know that I don't know the exact timing of when we'll be moving, but I know that when it comes, it's going to be God's timing and exactly why he did it this way. And I think that's just what I'm just finding joy and gratefulness in, because I'm like, okay, we didn't move a month or 2 ago, and maybe we'll move in 2 months, maybe it'll be 3. And yes, I am pregnant. I am going to be more pregnant by then, but at the end of the day, we're gonna be okay. Like, we have the necessities, we have a home, and we are so grateful. So that is just what I wanted to share, was like, I definitely feel like while you're pregnant, you have a lot of heightened emotions, and then there's also, you know, I definitely feel like I try to have a lot of like control over letting some sort of comparison thoughts kick in. But as just a creative and just a person that really feels like lit up by like nursery stuff and decorating a whole nursery and making it so cute for our baby, my style, like what I want to like bring out in her room, like all of those things bring me so much joy. But I've just had to come to the point of being like, okay, Lainie, like all of that stuff is extra, and our baby is just gonna need our love and the simplest things to start out. Like, you know, they aren't in the nursery for a couple months anyway, and so it's obviously really hard because I love all of the cute stuff and all of the sweet intimate things, but I trust and I know that all of those things will come when God has them in store. And so that's kind of like a backstory of just what I wanted to share with you today. Was if you are at all going through something similar in life, but also like during pregnancy, I don't know if you guys watch Kristen John. She's one of my favorite YouTubers and people to watch and follow along with. She was, I want to say like 7 months pregnant or further, and they moved across the country from California to Tennessee. They were living out of an Airbnb, and they still are. They found a property finally, and they're like renovating it to be their dream home now. But she has a newborn in the Airbnb that they've been staying in. And so she's really just had to embrace that timing that God has for that, and just probably is learning so much from that about what really matters, and that, hey, it's okay. Like, home and gratefulness is what, wherever you are with what God's blessed you with, and the people in your life, and in love, you know. And so I really just learned a lot from her going through that experience, and I love that she shared that, because then as I have been going through this, I'm like, okay, I'm not alone. Like, I'm not the only pregnant person that doesn't know where they're going to be living, or the timing of everything, or may not have, you know, the nursery together. And I just think it's awesome if someone does have their nursery ready right at the beginning, because you have more energy. It's awesome if someone doesn't have their nursery ready till the end. Like, I truly feel like it's shown me that every pregnancy really is different. And honestly, if, you know, God blesses us with more kids in the future, we might have the nursery, or just different things play out differently. We might have the nursery ready before, because it works out that way. Like, that's just how it is. And I just think there's beauty in that. There's beauty in each of the differences. And when I look back on this time in a few years, I'm gonna be like, everything was okay. It was so beautiful. And so with all of that, with this whole experience, I just wanted to share, because I was like, I truly just hope that it can comfort anyone that's going through something similar, but also to just show you that, yes, there are such joys, you know, going on in someone's life, but there can also be like different trials and things that they're learning and going through. So just know that comparison is the thief of joy. Like, do not let yourself get into a state of comparison. But yeah, let's just dive into a tip that I wanted to share about how we kind of got through those few months of the trial, you know, going through the thick of it. Because I'm not gonna sit here and say it was easy, because a lot of the time, one day I would be, you know, extra emotional, and then another day Manny would be like, hey, like, you know, I really just, I need God today. And that's the beauty of having a relationship with God, is He doesn't want, and if you're, you know, thinking like, hey, I really just don't know Him, and I want to, you know, grow in my faith or get a closer relationship with God, that's just what I want to share, is like, God doesn't want you to come to Him when you have all your things together. He wants you to come to Him as you are, and when you're broken, and as you're out of strength. Like, He wants you to come with nothing, and He will give you everything. He wants to be your source, and He wants to be your fountain of life that will not run out. In John, it says, let's actually find where that story is. I want to say it was in John 6. I am the bread of life is John 6. Oh yeah, okay, it's John 4. So it's Jesus and the woman of Samaria. She's at the well, and a woman from Samaria came to draw water. Jesus said to her, give me a drink. And she said to him, how is it that you, a Jew, ask for a drink from me, a woman of Samaria? And Jesus answered her, if you knew the gift of God and who it is that is saying to you, give me a drink, you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water. The woman said to him, sir, you have nothing to draw water with, and the well is deep. Where do you get that living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob? He gave us the well and drank from it himself, as did his sons and his livestock. Jesus said to her, everyone who drinks of this water will be thirsty again, so as in the well. But whoever drinks of the water that I will give him will never be thirsty again. And so he is saying, like, he is the water that will sustain you, will fulfill you. He is the source. And it's crazy because in the next few lines, Jesus said to her, go call your husband and come here. The woman answered him, I have no husband. Jesus said to her, you are right in saying I have no husband, for you have had 5 husbands, and the one you now have is not your husband. What you have said is true. The woman said to him, sir, I perceive that you are a prophet. Because he knew that about her. He already knew. So it goes on to say how she went and shared, because she said, come, see a man who told me all I ever did. Can this be the Christ? And so I just think that is so beautiful, that it's just a reminder that Jesus knows us. He knows our hearts. He knows where we're at. He knows what we've been through. He knows what we've done, yet he is there to say, go and sin no more. You know, you are free. Live a different life, you know, be intentional about living different, living for me. And yes, it's not going to look perfect every day. You're going to fail, but that's why relying on me and this source is going to lead you through. It's going to give you daily peace that surpasses all understanding. I love that verse because it's so true. Like, sometimes I think about going through that time of just the unknown, of the timing of moving and all of that. It was like, how can someone have daily peace in that? Because of Jesus. Like, God gives us that peace that truly surpasses all understanding. And so what I wanted to share was Manny and I, we actually did something that we've never done together as a couple before. For an entire month, and I'm not even joking when I say that, you guys, and it kind of makes me emotional thinking that we stayed so consistent with it. For a month, every single morning we woke up together and we read God's word, and we've been reading through John. And I know I'm getting emotional right now, but like I said, we had never done that in our relationship before, and I truly feel like it helped both of us in so many ways individually, and then it helped us together. But just to get through that time, but not only just to get through that time, because okay, why should we just be relying on God when we're going through a trial? Like, we should be relying on him when we're also, you know, just in the comfort and in the knowns of life, right? And so it truly just, it revealed so much to us, and I'm just so grateful for that time. And I just wanted to share that, not to say, oh, we read our Bible every day together, like, woohoo, we're so great. It was just like, we were at that point where we were just surrendering, and every single day we didn't know what the answers would be. We didn't know what answers we would get, if we would get answers, but we knew that God was with us, and we knew that he was going to guide us. And you know, some weeks we would have a little glimpse of hope and we would know it was from him, but if we hadn't been spending that time with him, would we have seen those little glimpses? Would we have paid as much attention? And yeah, I just truly know that that was exactly what God needed to produce in us during that time and to teach us. And there was also this other moment that happened during that time frame where we saw someone in person, and we were just having a conversation, like catching up, and she just started sharing. It was on her heart to share with us about her and her husband and how they were a young couple, like starting a family, and there was a lot of unknowns and a lot of just, and she didn't know, you know, she just was sharing that out of her heart. And I truly feel like those little conversations were tiny gifts from God to let us know you are not alone. Like, I know exactly what I have you walking through, and I'm going to lead you through, and I'm going to make you stronger through it, and I'm going to humble you and show you that all of these extra things are just extra. Like, you have exactly what you need right here for strength and peace, and then this blessing within you that I'm growing and nourishing within you every day. Like, don't let the enemy steal that joy. And we really came to a point, and I think it was at church one day, where I just like broke down after and cried, and I said, I feel so much better. Like, I feel like, you know, the song Not Today, like, tell the devil not today. And I truly just, but then it's like sometimes the next day you can feel like you're losing again, and that you're losing that mental battle. And I really just felt like it was a mental battle of saying, like, not today, not today. Like, I'm not gonna let you steal the joy of this season. Like, even though we don't know the timing of certain things, like, it is okay. Like, he is with us, and I'm not gonna let you steal that joy from me. And so it really came down to that mental battle and winning that. And anyways, so now that we kind of know that, okay, we're not moving yet, we know we will be, but we're not moving yet. We got to a point this last weekend where we came home and we just purged the house. We started unboxing like different decor things to just make it feel homey again. We put things back into their places. And you guys, this is the big thing that I wanted to share with you. I cleaned out our guest room, which is now going to be baby girl's nursery, baby girl's room for however long, we don't know. And that's what I think is so fun about these process videos, is just showing like, hey, we're just trusting and we're finding joy in that, in the simplicity, and knowing that we can be thankful, and that's all that we need to be. And so I took a little video last night because I worked really hard. I did so many trips upstairs and down taking boxes that, don't worry, they weren't too heavy. Manny took the heavy ones. And we cleaned out just a bunch of random stuff that we had in our guest room because we thought we were moving. We had just a bunch of stuff stuffed in there. And now there's just a guest bed, and we were able to move baby girls, like all we've had our baby stuff in for the time being of the last few months has been like little gift bags, and then there's like boxes of diapers and just some other stuff. But it was just, I don't know, I just have to say, I found so much joy in literally placing the bags in the room, because I was like, they're not in our living room anymore, like they have a place. And it was just like such a full circle moment for me. And yeah, I just wanted to share that. Was like, it can be so simple. Like, Lainie, you literally just brought your baby's bags into another room, like woohoo. And I'm like, no, it means so much more to me, because yeah, we don't know what that room is going to turn into. It'll probably still have the guest bed, a crib, and a dresser if we get to that point here. But really, for the newborn stage, all we're going to need in our room is a bassinet and all of the other stuff. So yeah, that room will probably get a dresser and just different things as the time goes on. But you guys know, as I said, I love nursery stuff, so I might convince Manny to do a little bit more fun stuff for the time being, and then we can just move it once we get to the next home. But oh my gosh, guys, I just had to share because it's just been so full circle. Another crazy thing was, this is my prayer journal that I write in. I try to write in it weekly. I don't write in it every day, I'm the first to say. But it's nice because throughout the pregnancy, I've just been doing that. So it was so crazy because as we were in the thick of these emotions, I'm now doing a reflection, as you guys know, but as we were in the thick of it, I remember one day sitting on the couch, like emotional with Manny. And I just said, oh my gosh. I said, okay, these are like a little book like this, just so you can get an idea. Okay, just so you know, the first page of that prayer journal was like the end of May, okay? And we were praying about specific things. And then I found out I was pregnant at the end of June. And literally the last page of that prayer journal was October, when we found out the answers that we had been praying for throughout that struggle, throughout the timing. So I have that whole season of deep, deep trial within a journal. And then the end page was God's like peace and answer of, hey, it's not right now, but just know like it's gonna be in a few months and you're gonna be okay. And then we found out that she was a baby girl at our gender reveal. And so within this whole prayer journal, we had like that whole season. And if I wouldn't have documented that, I wouldn't have that to look back on. And trust me, I will look back on that, because you know, we're human. We're gonna go through things again where God's gonna need to teach us similar things, or he's gonna be like revealing things to our heart. And I know I'm gonna go back to that journal and really just see, wow, like even though it was emotional some days, even though it was unknown, like this is what he did through it. And so I just want to encourage you, if journaling is something that you love, like that is one thing I love about it. It made me emotional because I told Manny, I said, I have 1 page left of this journal. Like, I know the answer's coming soon. And it did. It did. And then our gender reveal. So that's how I like finished that journal out, and it was just so full circle, another really source of peace for me. And I love to look back and read them and literally circle like faithful, 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 like he is faithful to provide and lead us through. So that is the update I wanted to share, just about what God has been teaching us in the waiting. It's been like this, but it's also been beautiful, you guys. We are so grateful for every single thing along the way, and I just wanted to be real in sharing that is what faith is. That is what a relationship with God is that daily surrender, daily just time with him, learning from him. And you know, when we are content, just gleaning different wisdom and knowledge from this, but on days where we aren't strong enough, you know, getting our strength and our peace. So this, I've got some questions on my Lane and Lou page when I share Tuesday Truths. This is a John MacArthur study Bible. So my sister actually gifted this to me years ago. I love it so much. It has like his commentary study Bible stuff at the bottom, so it kind of helps when you need just an extra bit of clarity about a certain passage. He'll have that below. But I just wanted to leave you guys off with some verses that I wrote down during that waiting period, and they're right here. So let's do Psalm, which page am I on? Psalm chapter 40. So it says, "My help and my deliverer. I waited patiently for the Lord. He inclined to me and heard my cry. He drew me up from the pit of destruction, out of the miry bog, and set my feet upon a rock, making my steps secure. He put a new song in my mouth, a song of praise to our God. Many will see and fear and put their trust in the Lord. Blessed is the man who makes the Lord his trust." Oh, it continues going. "Who does not turn to the proud, to those who go astray after a lie. You have multiplied, O Lord my God, your wondrous deeds and your thoughts toward us. None can compare with you. I will proclaim and tell of them, yet they are more than can be told." So that's what I feel like I'm doing right now. Like, I'm trying to proclaim and tell of what God has done in this season. Like, even though it's been such a joy and then also a trial, but like, that's so crazy. Like, yet they are more than can be told. Like, he's done more than I can even say and think or imagine, you guys. So I hope that that verse can just encourage you today. And if you're in a waiting season, or if you're really just like, wow, I've always been intimidated by the Bible, but that was so clear. And that's sometimes how I feel with the word, is like, sometimes the Bible can just be intimidating, but when we've sat down and read through the Gospel of John, as we've been doing, when I sit through and read these verses about waiting, I'm like, dang, it's so clear and it's so comforting about what he wants us to know. So the second verse I wanted to share about waiting is, "The Lord is my light and my salvation," Psalm 27. "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?" And then at the end of that, because I just saw my camera is gonna die, it says, "Wait for the Lord, be strong, and let your heart take courage." Wait for the Lord. So I will end it with those, but I really pray that those could encourage your heart today, that this message could be exactly what you needed to hear if you stumbled upon our video. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, for being here. Let me know if you would love to see more faith-related videos. I feel like I talk about my faith a lot just because God has truly just transformed my heart over the last few years, and yeah, we couldn't do any of this without him. So yeah, thank you guys for being here, and definitely subscribe for more.